Take a walk around Nelson Roach's place in the woods of Northeast Texas, and you'll see a lot more than just pine trees.
Bigfoot! My name is Nelson Roach, and we're standing on Couch Mountain at Couch Mountain Ranch.
Nelson bought the iron ore mountain about 11 years ago. Since then, he's grown the size of the ranch close to 8,000 acres.
You feel like you're just a kid in a candy store, you know. That's how you are when you come out here. You always have something that's flowering, something that's edible, something that's creating shelter. That's what's so cool about this place, is it offers so many different things.
Before this area was burned, you could not see beyond the tree line right here. And now if you'll look, you can see all of this underbrush has been burned away, and we have new growth that's been regenerated. That's part of what we're doing to try to restore this habitat.
Nelson uses prescribed fire to maintain a natural balance between the forests, creeks, and wildlife.
There were very few wild turkeys in this area. You would see one turkey at a time, and you would see them very seldomly. However, after 3 years of controlled burns, we were starting to see groups of 2 and 4 turkeys.
Nelson formed a turkey co-op with his neighbors to create an area of over 10,000 acres of good turkey habitat.
And so this year we released 80 turkeys.
But taking care of an 8,000-acre ranch in East Texas has its own special set of challenges.
Oh, it's kind of adventurous. See all that burning, how it's cleared that underbrush out of there?
You know, and he cares about all of it. It's not just about white-tailed deer, it's not just about turkey.
There were 5 red-headed woodpeckers in that tree right there.
He cares about the water quality.
There you go.
Because, you know, he sees that if one thing's wrong, eventually everything gets wrong.
Before long, Nelson noticed something was wrong along Prairie Creek.
Oh, look at the bridge over here and the flow. God, that's just fantastic. Such an incredible change. This was a mud hole.
A few years ago, you would not have heard this whatsoever. I mean, it's great. First time I was here, there were culverts. They were all backed up, creek was stagnant. Many of the creeks through here were placed on watches through Texas Department of Health.
Prairie Creek flows into Big Cypress Creek, which flows into Lake of the Pines, which is a major water source for Northeast Texas. And so the idea was that if we could improve the flow of Prairie Creek and improve the water quality of Prairie Creek, that the water that drained into Lake of the Pines would be that much purer.
What Nelson did was, yeah, he took out those old culverts, but then instead of replacing them with culverts, he puts in major expansion bridges. So now the creek can flow freely, and during high water, things can pass through.
Immediately after the project was finished, you could see that the water that was flowing through the creek went from being muddy and opaque to being clear and pure.
The impact he's making is far beyond his property boundary. It's a positive impact to the watershed as a whole.
We're grocery shopping right now. Putting groceries on the table.
When you think about, yeah, this is great, the creeks are clear, we think about fish, but we forget that that water is also what's supplying what you and I drink. If landowners can do the right thing, it eventually makes a difference to the consumer.
Apart from his habitat work, Nelson also opens up Couch Mountain to the scouts and the schools in the area.
It's special, and Nelson shares that. He's gone ahead and made provisions so that it's going to stay together. It's not going to be chopped up into little pieces. Beyond that, it's going to be cared for in the way he's caring for it now. So it's going to remain wild